nice to see you again. I think we're on number 47. I'm not completely sure. I'll check. It doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. So nice to see you again. Crikey, it's been a while. Maybe a month. Getting on for that anyway. I had the lurgy, just a cold, but it was like one of those really grim ones where you cough every time you try to speak. So that was not very handy. So I've got quite a few things to show you, most of which, or if not all, I think you've seen before, but I've made some progress. This first thing, I'm not at all sure I haven't shown you already, but I really like it, so it might bear repeating. This is my Snaggletooth scarf. Nice, quick and easy project. This is an Ambah O'Brien pattern using DK yarn, and I used Adriafil LED in this nice sort of pinky red and a camel colour, and as I'm sure you can see, they've both got sparkles in. So it's, you know, just your average, but it goes around twice. But obviously you wear it how you want. I like it like that. But she wears it like a headband as well, which doesn't suit me at all, but looks really cute on her. I really like it. Oh, I'm really pleased with it. And I kind of feel like I want to cast on another one straight away, which I think is always a really good sign, isn't it? Sign of a really good pattern. Anyway, I hope you've all been well. I didn't bother doing any introductions, did I? But if you've been here before, you already know. If you don't, I'm a knitter and multi-crafter based down in the south of the UK, in Hampshire, down near the coast. And I have an Etsy shop called Gin Poodle, and I'm not going to bang on about it this time because I don't really have anything to show you. So it was my birthday at the weekend, well, Monday, and a very fine time was had. I went up to London on the Sunday, and I went to the Rite of Derby exhibition at the National Gallery, which was absolutely lovely. I think it's on for a while yet, so if you fancy seeing it, you should book it. It's really good, and it's just lovely being in the National Gallery anyway. And then after that, I went for a mooch around. I went to Chinatown, grabbed one of those lovely sweet bun things, filled sweet bun. I don't like to stop for lunch when I'm in London. I just want to grab a bun and keep moving. Too much to do. And I went to Covent Garden. I had to look in the, is it the London Print Centre? Something like that. London Graphic Centre. They have lots of stationery in there. And I went to Choosing Keeping. Oh, very fun. I've never queued up to go into a stationery shop before. Look, that's their little logo thing. When you buy something, they pop it in a little bag and they put a little sticker on. So nice. I've bought a new pen. This is a Kaweco pen. We'll get back to knitting in a minute. It's just this caught my eye line. I don't have things in an order, so I'm going to just grab things and show them to you. Oh, but look, these were like the spring-like colours. Oh, look at how pretty that is. And it unscrews. This is a traveller one, so it's quite small. Lovely, lovely, lovely little fountain pen. And it was £25, which is probably one of the cheapest things that they have in that shop, because everything in there is spendy. Very spendy shop. But I wanted to go in there for ages and just have a look at it. I mean, notebooks, like an ordinary kind of notebook like I use, you know, like this one. These were, or like a covered notebook even, like more like a, you know, one of these like more hardbacky books. They kind of start at £18, just to give you an idea, and I'd say the average price is probably £35–50 for a notebook. Quite expensive place, so that's the reason I only bought one pen. Oh, I bought some ink cartridges as well to go with it, but they were like £2, and I bought them in this sort of chestnut brown colour because I thought I could kid myself that everything I write will have like a sepia tone of like give it an oldie worldy charm. I like kidding myself. Now then, I think I've shown you this before. I haven't cast it on yet, but I've got the yarn. I'm very excited about this. This is the Yes You cardigan by the Pigeon's Nest, who is Rebecca Lismer, who was at Unravel. The fineness of this. I wanted one of these sort of crochet cardigans for ages and ages. Obviously my intention was to use up scraps for it, but have I done that? No, I have not. I've been to our friends at Wool Warehouse. I'm not going to get all these out, but these are the colours that mine are going to be. And I think the blue, I've got some black in here as well, which has nothing to do with this. This blue I think is going to be my sort of edging colour, main edging colour, where she's got grey on her one there. And I've got this lovely green. I just told you I'm not going to get all these out, and here I am getting them all out. But I've got this bright blue, dark blue, yellow, pink, bright pink, and a sort of foresty greeny colour. I think that was actually called Christmas green. I haven't done my tension square yet. I intend to, and then I can get cracking on it, and I can't wait. But I've got so many things that I've started and patently not finished that I feel a bit bad about starting it. I mean, like, I have a lot of projects. It doesn't bother me having a lot of whips. It's just they take up quite a lot of very obvious space in the house, so I feel a bit bad about adding more clutter, really. That's the only thing. That's the only thing holding me back. I just need to have a bit of a tidy up. Now, now I'm not going to bang on, I'm not showing you things that are on sale already in my Etsy shop. I'm going to show you things that I'm making, and there's only one of them. I am making, because I love vintage patterns. I love all sort of 1950s, really is my thing, 50s to 60s style. I love it very much. I used to dress more in a kind of vintage way, but I'm quite indoorsy, and I don't really want the attention that brings, so I don't very often, but I do love the look. So I am making this cardigan. This is an emu pattern. I've shown you this before as well. Number 2557. It's a double knit, and for a vintage pattern this is not a bad size range. It's a 32 to 40 inch pattern. I mean, quite often you get them that are just one size, which is usually be about 34, 36. So I am making this in the third size, which is a 36 to fit a 36 inch bust, and the actual measurement is 38 inches. And this is a Yarnsmiths yarn. This is the Yarnsmiths Merino, which I think I mentioned before. I am so impressed with. I ordered it with an open mind because I like the yarn. It's from Wool Warehouse, you know, the Yarnsmiths range, and I've used their sock yarn, which I really liked, really impressed with. And I bought this. This is in the colourway Crimson. It's looking a bit dark because it's a bit gloomy here today, I'm afraid. But this is the most beautiful, perfect bluey lipstick red, and it's so nice. I'm so impressed with it. And it comes in 50 gram balls, so you've got that bit of extra flexibility, I think. And I think I may have shown you this when I'd only just cast it on. So once I've finished this, I'll move all my project keepers, not project keepers, progress keepers up a bit, so I can show you next time how far I've got. Isn't that lovely? It's just got the loveliest knit and purl texture pattern that's like little triangles going up, but it also gives it a sort of ribbed effect, like giant ribbing. Oh, it's so lovely. I knit on this yesterday, from yesterday afternoon when I finished work. I work from home, so from probably about 4 o'clock-ish up until about 9 o'clock-ish at night, I did nothing but this. Well, and eat my dinner. You have to take some time to have your dinner. And it's all I really want to make at the moment. It's all I really want to knit on is that. I'll show you a ball with the band still on. And yeah, I'm knitting that on circular needles. But I've said before, I'm back on straights really. There you go, Yarnsmiths Merino DK. Hope if I showed the actual band. And if you're looking for it, it's definitely called Crimson, but it's shade number 3096. If you want to order some, but they have so many colours. I think they had something like 50 colours, and about 5 or 6 of those were different shades of red. I mean, maybe not that many, I'm probably exaggerating, but you know, if you wanted to order a red yarn, it's not just, you know, one pillar box red, it's every red you could possibly need, and all pinks and purples and all the other colours, you know what I mean. I'm really chuffed with that, and it wasn't, you know, because it's Yarnsmiths, it was on special offer as well. They do a lot of special offers, so I think it was less than £2 a ball, £2 to £3 a ball, 50 grams, super cheap. Now here's another top. Oh, this one is for me. Now that one is going to go into my Etsy shop. I love bread, but it doesn't really suit me. This is the progress on my King Cole Firefly Aran yarn. This one is like it's got an iridescence to it, which is just absolutely magical, and apparently all the shops sell out of it really quickly, so they keep having to put things on online, King Cole, saying like when it's going to be next back in stock in the shops. And there's even people trying to do rip-offs of it on like Temu and stuff. Look at it, it's like a beetle's wing. That's the front. See, I finished the front. Look how deep that V is. It has quite a big rib around there, but obviously it's designed to wear something underneath it. Perhaps if I was younger and smaller, I might not wear anything underneath it, except a brassiere. A brassiere? Is it Americans sometimes say brassiere? It's a funny old world. So yeah, I've done the back and the front. This is the back, that was the front, sorry. Although I am from the 80s, so we would have quite often have turned our jumpers around to get the deep V at the back over the time, and I still think that's a pretty smashing look. There's the back. You can see, can't you, just that sort of, oh, it's so nice. But in person it kind of reads as black being the dominant colour, but you have all got these like metallic splashes all the way through it. There's my first sleeve. Got quite a good way through the sleeve. There we are. Yeah, I'm up to my elbow. It's knit in pieces. I'm doing this on straight needles, and I've got 2 balls left. Ooh, this is it. King Cole Firefly Merino. It's lots of different colours of it, and it's 100 grams, and I can't remember how much I paid for it per ball. And it is acrylic-y. Yeah, it's 35% acrylic, 65% polyester, but it feels like a dream. It's so soft. I think it's like a tube with fibres blown into it. I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's a chain. Is that chain net? Oh well, whatever it is. It's so soft, and it's so fun to knit with because the colours change as you go through it. I'm in like quite a goldeny bit at the moment. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, I'll sort that out in a bit. Now then, oh, this is boring. This is another Yarnsmiths merino sock merino. I can't remember what this is called, but it'll be something like burgundy or wine claret. 2K085, just the boring burgundy socks. These are just, and I've only done the cuff. Still on the cuff. Am I still on the cuff? Yep, still on the cuff. These are socks for the mister. So we'll move swiftly on from those because they couldn't be any less interesting, could they? I'm going to do 2x1 rib all the way because they fit in really nicely when I do that. This is my Pidou, which is a pattern from Beautiful Knitters, Karin Fernandez, K-A, she's a Karin with an I. But I think I think the pattern on Ravelry is under Karin Fernandez rather than Beautiful Knitters, but it's also on the Beautiful Knitters website. And the Pidou is a lovely, starting skinny, going out wide, coming back in again, like Sophie shawl style, really, but on a bigger scale and predates it. And you alternate 4-ply yarn with fluff. This is Easy Knitter. Look at the flecks of colour in it. Oh, that's a little smasher, isn't it? There's some quite, the base of this is quite dark purple, quite a rich purple, and then there's some bits that are almost pinky. There's some lilac-y bits, blue, and this sort of bright sort of teal colour. So nice. And this was Rosie's Moments that was on special offer at Unravel a few years ago. And I'm not really a purple person, but I like this because it's quite a dark purple. And Easy Knitter were there. Easy Knit were there that year. Not seen them for years. Did they move to Spain? Anyway, not heard anything from them for years, but they had some lovely yarns. I think they do retreats, don't they, in Spain now? So yeah, look at that. You can see your face to it. So it's got this lovely airiness to it, but it's also really warm, and it's super easy. This is a super simple pattern. You just do an increase, like I think it's once every 4 rows, and the edge on one side you have this like slightly cabled effect, which to be honest you can't massively see because the yarn's quite dark, so you can skip that. I think of the one I did before, I think I just did an I-cord edge and that worked beautifully. So I've got one that I made with black elephant yarn in sort of an olivey green colour. Oh, so nice. I wore that thing like Billy-O one year. Like I pretty much wore it with everything. And this year I don't think I wore it. I don't think I wore it at all. I need to dig out my shawls and give them a good checking over. What's that nonsense? Ignore that. Look, this is my mindless TV knitting. This is going to be just a really simple triangle shawl. That's where I was last time I showed you, all the way down there. And I'm just doing, like, there's no pattern for this. I just cast on, I think maybe 5 stitches in I-cord to start off with. So I've got a bit of a weird bit, with sticky outy bit to sew in, and then I increase on every row. I'm doing I-cord edge on both sides, and I'm doing this one of those sort of eyelet-y cast on. So a 3-stitch I-cord, and then I do a yarn over, and then just knit straight through to the end, slip the last 3 for the I-cord. And when I get to the yarn over from the previous row, which is, you know, the final stitch before the I-cord, I knit it through the front, not the back, because I don't want to close that hole. And I think the next time I make one of these, I'm kind of thinking of beading that bit. I think that'll be smashing, won't it? Got a lot of beads. I went through a beading phase a long time ago, and now they're just sort of hanging around. So I went to a new social craft club thing locally, very nice. And it was really near the, well, we've got a local yarn shop, and I was going to go in there because I need one of those things for pulling through drawstrings. I broke mine. It's not broke. I mean, it's broke. It is broken, but it's still kind of usable if you're feeling optimistic. Yeah, so I was going to get a new one of them, but they've got a new dog in there, and I'm not, like, I don't hate dogs, but I'm not massively doggy person. I'm a cat person, and I'm not sure about having dogs in shops because the doggy, I know, don't hate me, but the doggy smell puts me off. And also they do these really nice, like, little workshops things there, and a couple of women that go to it say that they've got a cage, like a big dog cage around the back that they keep the puppy in, and it's a Labrador puppy, but it's excitable obviously, and it wants to come out, so it comes out and then it chews everyone's handbags. So I didn't go in there. I went into there's a craft charity shop that opened up a few doors down, which was naughty of them, but massively bargainacious, so who can resist? And I went in there and they had 2 skeins of Shabui sock. Now I think Shabui you can only get in America, can't you? I mean, obviously you can buy things online, but who wants to pay the postage? Well, I don't, when there's so many yarns in the UK. But they had 2 50-gram skeins of this, and it's the most glorious colour. It's really lovely pinks. It makes me think of Snow White, poisoned apple. Do you know what I mean? It sort of pinky reddy and green and stuff. So yeah, this was in the Rowan's Craft charity shop, and they were £8 per skein. Which I think, when you take into account there's nowhere near here, I know that it's still £16, ain't it? 16, yeah. Rubbish at maths. But if you were to add on postage, if I was to buy these online and stuff, that still works out as a pretty good deal, really. So I need to cake those up and make those into socks soon as possible, really. Now that Snaggletooth scarf only used some ridiculous amount of yarn. It was used something like 24 grams of each, something like that, something ridiculous. So I've still got all of this left, which to me look almost like, you know, not far off the full balls, because they were 50-gram balls. This is that, this is it, Adriafil LED. So yeah, what did you get? Yeah, it's 50-gram balls, 185 meters. So I'm just doing, this is actually going to be from Etsy shop, so I've lied to you already. Just a really simple skinny scarf with an I-cord edge, and I'm going to stripe in maybe a bit of this, or I might just keep it one colour. I don't know. I think I might just keep it this colour. So very little of that to show you. Again, straight needles. And I'm keeping this in a bag that it doesn't fit, so I might swap that over with those socks. I'll have to sort that out later on. How long have we been going? Oh, well, yeah. Ah, this is another Ambah O'Brien. This is the Scrappin scarf, and I am using scraps to make this. Oh, I've just pulled it off the needle. Oh, what a spanner. Oh, I'll sort that out in a bit. Now this looks all crinkly because it's yarn that I've knit, this navy I've knit countless times when I've been trying to make a V-neck boxy with it. There's a little flash of a Yarn Whisperer mini, which is the most gorgeous peachy pink. Makes me think a bit of those refresher sweets. But I think that sort of peachy colour with navy looks very smart. So I might do, when I get to the other end, I might do another stripe of that, and I might do a thin stripe as well, like a few rows up. But yeah, that's a Scrappin scarf by Ambah O'Brien, which I've kind of modified. Oh, I'm annoyed with myself for pulling that off the needles. But anyway, very, very easy to pick those up. I have so much of this navy that I for some reason I cannot make a v-neck boxy. Can't do it. I louse it up every single time, and I've cast it on about 3 times now and unravelled it. And I don't even like that navy yarn. That was someone from Jude who's not dying anymore, but when Jude was stranded knitwear, something like that, stranded knits, and it's so patchy. I had one skein and I kept it. I got it, I had a quick glance at it, and I bought like a jumper weight of it, which obviously wasn't cheap. And then once I caked it up, I realised one of the skeins, far too late to be able to return it or anything, was so patchy. There are bits of it that are almost white. Yeah, I wasn't very impressed with the quality of the dyeing there at all. From a long time ago, before she had, you know, before she had so much grief to deal with and stuff. I'm so sorry. When I bought it, it was pre-transition, so sorry about that. These are my little mitts, my little typing mitts I've made myself. I've nearly finished the other one. This is my spare room where I do my office work type work, and sometimes, because I start work often around 7:30 in the morning, it can be super nippy. I've so nearly finished them. I've just got to do the thumb on the second one, which I've almost done. And cast off, and I'm not even sure I'm going to bother to block them. And then they'll be done. I thought I'd invented this pattern. Turns out someone has already done one very similar on Ravelry. And I can't remember if they've called it, I used the old Shale stitch from the, you know, Stitch Directory, and I don't know if they've used Feather and Fan, but it's super similar. I was going to write those up as a free pattern, but I shan't bother because someone else has got one, and I think theirs is a paid for pattern, so I won't be a dick and try and undermine them with a, not that anyone's going to undermine anyone, because I was going to take any notes or anything I do, because I've got no name for myself or anything, have I? But yeah, I thought that would be a bit of a crappy thing to do, so I haven't. These are Helen Stewart Sailing School socks. Now, I'm casting on a pair of socks every month this year. I did intend to make a pair of socks every month this year, but that's too much pressure on myself, because I'm a slacker with these things. These are Sailing School socks. Anyway, they are the most good. That's where I was last time I showed them to you. This neon pinky peachy pink is so bright, it's very hard for the camera to pick it up properly. But oh, it's got this lovely simple little, that's like a faux cable in the middle, and those are like just 2 stitch cables either side. It's so nice. So I've done the heel flap and gusset, very nice. And now I'm on the foot, so the first sock should be done in the not too distant, if I pull my finger out and actually get it done. Oh, I can't wait to have those. Even though we're firmly in spring now, so perhaps the time for sockage, woolly sockage is drawing to a close, but doesn't matter, does it? Just like making them. So I think that's it. I read for, you know, the Piece for Piece podcast with lovely Michael. He's running a book club on the Story Graph, and I can't remember the name of the book group, sorry, but if you watch him, he's got a link for it on his latest episode. Really good. Oh my gosh, him and Keisha choose some amazing books, authors I've not read before, and they've all been absolute crackers so far. Last time we read Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodrow, and I got my copy out from the library, which was very good. and it was only a thin little book. I think it was 196 pages, and I don't know how she did it, because every character was so perfectly drawn and you really felt like you knew them, and there were, you know, like, it was covering several generations, and you got every single person a fully rounded character, all done and dusted in 196 pages, and the type wasn't even that small. Amazing. Honestly, some authors just blow me away, just what they can do. It's absolutely incredible. Anyway, I've not really got anything else to tell you about now, book wise or any otherwise. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope you have a smashing week, and I'm going to try and come back a bit quicker next time, hopefully. So I'll let you go. Toodle pip.